All right, everybody, you may remember my next guest as Dallas from the American Gladiators television show. She's now a professional boxer, and this Friday she's fighting Susie Taylor for the IBA Women's World Heavyweight title. Good Lord. Please welcome the only guest who's ever canceled an appearance on our show because she was in prison, Shannon Hall. Thank you for coming back. There is so much to talk about. First of all, Friday night's fight. Are you worried? Do you have a strategy? How are you going to win this fight?
Well, like, boxing is kind of boring when it goes like 10 or 12 rounds. You're like waiting for something to happen.
Right.
So I'm just going to go in there and rip her heart out like Tasmanian devil, just, you know, and just make it exciting and fun and knock her out.
Right. So you want this fight to be over quickly, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, who wants to sit there and get your head beat in, right?
Right, right.
So just go in there and just do it.
Just knock her head off.
Yeah.
You have said in interviews, and you actually said the last time you were here, that you like to use sex in the ring against your opponent. Is that true? You like to kind of actually sort of psychologically get into their head by, you know, acting a little attracted to them. Is that right?
Yes. Well, like when you're in there, it's so intense, and everybody's like looking so ugly and mean. It's like, well, if you just kind of back off and smile and give them a little wink or something, it throws them off their game plan. And then when they've thrown off, then you, boom, right there. That's it.
I've known many women like you, yeah. Are you actually ever attracted to anyone or find them attractive? Are they pretty ever, your opponents?
No. Usually it's just like you want to go in and put them out of their misery, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's not a beauty contest in there. I mean, I'm sure I've looked that way to other opponents, but
right.
It's not about that. You know, they're usually just ugly and mean, and that's their game, but you get past that and just knock them on their butt, and that's it.
Okay, now, you have fought men in your life, is that right? Not professionally, but you've gotten into fights with men, and have you knocked any out?
Yes, I've knocked out about 5 guys.
Okay, what was the last fight that you were in with a guy? Don't worry, we're protecting you, Gary.
Well, they started it, you know. It's like when they grab you or something like that, instead of just crying and going and telling your boyfriend, you just turn and take care of it, you know. They
take care of it yourself.
Yeah.
So tell us about the last time you were fighting with a guy.
I was out with these 2 guys that were from here in New York, and they were in Orlando for the weekend, and they have to use the bathroom. Of course, they drink beer every 2 minutes. You got to go pee, right?
Right.
So they like pulled over and go to this bathroom behind a gas station, and these 2 guys pushed them out of the way and ran in front of them and like really
to get to the bathroom first or something?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they did. And so the 2 guys were looking at them. I was like, are you guys going to take that? And so they look at each other and like, yeah, we're going to kick their butt when they get out of the bathroom. I'm like, yeah, kick their butt when you can't let them do that to you. So I'm in the car.
Are you always encouraging the guys you're with, like, you know, the food's a little late at the restaurant. Are you going to take that? Is that what you do?
Yes, because
I'd be like, please stop yelling at me.
People should respect each other, and when that doesn't happen to me, just let it go.
Rip their heads off.
Don't let it go, though.
Right,
okay,
right.
So the guys walk out of the bathroom, and they're like, they're all. I got them fired up by this point.
Right.
So the other guys walked out of the bathroom, and they say, "Come over here. We're going to take care of you." And that was bull what you did in front of our girls and stuff. So they start fighting and everything, you know, and Cello hits him one time. Yeah, the guy's nose busts open. The other guy goes to the ground. He's kicking him in the head like, yeah, go you guys. But then the table started turning. Okay, and so
your guy started losing?
Yeah, and so I'm like, oh, here we go again. So I took my earrings off, you know. I got out of the car, and like the other guy was running toward my friend to beat him up, and so I tripped him, and I put him in a sleeper hold, and he was drunk. So he passed out, so he was like, good.
The sleeper hold cuts off valuable blood to the brain.
That vein right there, yeah. Okay, but he was moving up on my friends, right?
Right, right.
So that one was down, and the other guy had Cello, like, by the legs, and was, like, trying to get him on the ground, like the Ultimate Fighting stuff.
Right.
So I ran over there, and I started clocking him in the head, like, let go, and so he passed out, too, and he let go. So I'd grab the guy, I was like, come on, let's go. Because a bunch of people started
How did your guys feel that you had to step in and save the day? Because that would actually make me feel, well, I'd be fine with that, actually.
Well, see,
but some guys wouldn't. Some guys would be threatened by that.
Well, after it happened, everybody was in the car, and everybody's all shaking because we just got in a fight, and they looked at each other, and they looked at me and said, that was pretty cool how you put him to sleep on the ground like that. And so they were actually pleased because they were getting beat, and it's like, those were my guys, you know, so I had to take care of them.
Now, who's your next opponent after this fight? Let's say this Friday you win. Who do you want to fight next?
I don't think that women's boxing will get the recognition that it deserves until a chick beats a guy. Okay, so I want to drop down in weight, and I want to fight Oscar De La Hoya.
You're serious?
You're very serious. I know him. It's like we do autograph stuff together, like at trade shows.
Right.
And we're sitting there beside each other, and he's doing his little thing, I'm doing my thing. I'm looking at him, I'm like, my arms are bigger than yours. You know? So he's sitting there, he's like doing his thing, and I like push him, and he's like, I think I could take him. I really do.
Just because you've shoved him a little bit and he moves, you think you could take him?
He is the best boxer. He's the best technician out there. He's one of the greatest boxers of all time that there ever has been, but he's not a brawler, okay? And everybody is so afraid of him that they keep their distance and they, well, whatever. I can take a few to go inside. If I got inside on him, I would rip his heart out.
Okay. You can't use the sleeper hold, by the way, in boxing.
They may take off a few points, but if I had to do that to win, you know, I have
you
to
would
do
just
that.
do it.
It's just my style against his style is what it is. He's the best at what he does, and I think I'm the best at what I do.
Well, I'd watch that fight. You're also a champion arm wrestler, is that right? You're
yeah.
very good at arm wrestling. What is the strategy for arm wrestling? Is there a strategy? I always think it's just, oh, I gotta win, you know. Is there anything that you do?
Is that your strategy?
Yeah, when it's just like, please let me win.
Okay, say we're
I mean, 9-year-old I'm wrestling is usually wins. What do you do?
That's your first mistake. Okay.
Yeah.
Like we're arm wrestling, you know, you put your arms on the table, and you know the guy's all like, you know, breathing heavy and like sweating.
Right.
Okay, well I'm here.
What's the strategy here?
Okay, well I flash my boob and you look at it, and then we go down like that, you know, and then like you use yours and I use mine, and so it works.
I would think that would work on most guys. He's like,
it does.
I'm gonna win this. Booby! Wow!
That's it. You got it. See, that's it.
No, I like how, Shannon, I like how you just were like, yeah, that's how you do it, Conan. Like, I can use this. It's not gonna work for me. I'll be arm wrestling some guy. Booby! I'm sorry. The IBA, yeah, I'll try it, thank you. The IBA Women's World Heavyweight title fight is Friday night on pay-per-view. Shannon, it's always great talking to you. Thank you for coming by. Shannon Hall, good luck Friday. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Stick around. Okay, everybody, that is our show. If you do want to thank all my guests, stay tuned for later. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.